Barry Jackson reported that Sean Payton's next job, whenever it comes, and it kind of feels like it's in a year or two, it's going to have 2 requirements.
USC.
It's going to have to be a warm weather place, and he's going to have complete personnel control. So I came up with a list that I will now run by you.
Minnesota.
Of 6 places that I think could fit this bill. 1 of which I've already crossed off for myself. Miami, Dallas, Atlanta, Carolina, Arizona. The Chargers are the 6 that I already crossed off because one thing we know about Sean Payton is he is
expensive.
And one thing we know about the Chargers is they are
cheap.
All right. So not a match. You agree with crossing the Chargers off?
I would cross them off.
So let's go, by the way, coming into year 10, he's hired. He's on his 3rd coach.
I do think, though, if you were Sean Payton, of all the ones you just listed, they would be the one I would be all over. If you could just, I would be willing to meet you a little bit in the middle, knowing how rich. When he left, it was like, he's leaving $15 million on the table. So you just go, well, he's been making $15 million for a while. Like, Sean Payton's not going to need the money of his next employer, though that's not how humans think. But Herbert is dramatically more interesting than everyone you just listed combined.
How much less money would you take to coach Justin Herbert and the Chargers?
I mean, a couple $1 million.
If you're as rich as Sean Payton.
Yeah, I mean, the taxes too.
I would say a lot less money.
Yeah, you could win another Super Bowl.
There's also the X factor to Sean Payton leave and go to TV, whatever. But I'm going to leave them out of it. So, okay, the Chargers should be on the list for a certain price. And the beauty of Payton is he's a GM and a head coach in one. So I guess you could save a few bucks there. Miami, Dallas,
in theory,
Atlanta.
but I could also see him going like he'd want a GM, right, to do some of the dirty.
Yeah,
work.
his guy. I know that's true. You don't actually save money. Miami, Dallas, Atlanta, Carolina, Arizona. What do you think of that group?
I would say Carolina, no chance. They stink.
Scott Fitter is in year 2. They're the GM. But the thing that makes them an X factor is their owner, it feels like, would do whatever it took. If he could just get me in the room with Sean Payton, I'll pay you whatever it takes.
Why would a guy like Sean Payton go somewhere?
We'll get you Jimmy Garoppolo.
No quarterback.
Yeah.
To me, Carolina and Atlanta, both places with the owner with huge cash, they have no quarterback.
Arizona Cardinals. It would take them parting with Steve Keim, and also they're not known as an organization that goes and breaks the bank for personnel.
They did just extend those guys, so I mean, it does feel that even if it gets weird, they got a couple years.
Dallas and Miami.
I would say both guys are Mike McCarthy way more than McDaniel. Again, like Sean Payton would have to want to go there. They don't have a quarterback. Does he want to coach Brady for a year and then get a new guy? I think Dallas is going to be. I mean, I think we are heavily talking about this by like October 1st.
For the Cowboys. He's been there, knows Jerry. Their GM is Steven. I don't know.
Yeah, Jerry, Steven, Will McVay, combination. I would imagine in Dallas radio and just the Dallas world and let's just start Dallas podcast. I need to change my vernacular. Unless they are just humming, it is a constant conversation in Cowboy land. What do we have to do to get Sean Payton? Because it's been, what do we have to do to get Lincoln Riley for years? Now he's off the table. Mike McCarthy, I would imagine to a lot of Cowboy fans, is already dead to a lot of people. Like, I can't take this guy seriously.
Yeah.
God, they just lost a home game. They got killed in the playoffs.
It got nothing.
They were down 23-7.
It's hard to be in this spot where nothing you do in the regular season matters. Nothing they do this regular season is going to matter.
Well, they just had a 12-win team, and it was like they got smoked.
And one of the best offenses in the league, or maybe the best offense in the league.
Smoked.